Hi, I'm Lauren, owner of the Lash Surgery Salon, and we are a specialist salon that specializes in lashes and brows. I've been lashing for 9 years now. Originally started out on my mum's sofa in her living room, and then my university campus room. So we've had some pretty rough spaces that we've lashed in, but I hope that also inspires someone that everyone has to start from somewhere. I would say I originally got into lashing kind of by accident. I started when I was really young. I was 17 years old, just before I went over to university. And honestly, I started it just as a way of being able to make money on the side of studying my psychology degrees. I never really thought it would become a business, if I'm honest with you. And yeah, I just lashed all the way through university, all the way through my master's degree, all the way through studying in America. I think the pivotal moment of when it became an actual business is when I graduated. And that's when I had to make a decision of, do I want to leave it there and just not pursue lashes anymore? Or do I want to actually grow it into a salon, grow it into a real business? So actually, I did follow my psychology degree for a bit, to be honest. After I graduated from my master's, I did my psychology job for about 2.5 years. So I worked as a counsellor for a charity for about 2.5 years, alongside lashing. And that turned into working 6-7 days a week. Honestly, it got a bit insane. And then once I opened my salon in 2023, doing both just wasn't an option anymore. So I had to decide, do I want to go down the clinical psychology route and become a clinical psychologist, or do I want to really take the business to the next level? Because it just felt like I was stuck. It felt like I wasn't getting any closer to being a clinical psychologist, and the business wasn't it wasn't developing either. So yeah, it was a really hard decision, actually. And honestly, most people around me said, don't pursue the business because it's unreliable. You don't know if you're going to make real money from it. You're not sure if this salon's actually going to be successful. And you've studied for 5 years to be a psychologist. Like, why would you give up on that? So many people said that to me. Actually, I was really close to giving up on it. And I'm glad I didn't, because as soon as I left that job, it felt like a weight had been lifted from my shoulders. And I've been full-time as a business owner now for about a year. And honestly, the growth that my business has had in this 1 year compared to the 9 years that I've been lashing has been insane. And I think more than just business growth, how I feel as a person has really changed. I feel like I have so much more freedom. I feel like I have a better work-life balance. I don't feel burnt out all the time anymore. I can go on holiday whenever I want. I think the hardest thing was I felt like I was giving up on my dream of 18-year-old me. I thought I was letting down past me. And I think as a business owner, the hardest lesson you have to learn is to pivot, and that it's okay to change your trajectory, and that that's not wrong and that's not bad just because it doesn't look like how you wanted it to look when you were 18. I worked probably 6, some weeks 7 days a week, and ridiculous hours. I remember I used to finish my psychology job at 2 and then lash 2 to 11. It was ridiculous. And it got to the point where I didn't like either of my jobs. I used to hate lashing because I was tired all the time. And the mental energy required to sit in a counselling session when you've been working 14-hour days, 6 days a week, you don't have the energy. So I started to hate my psychology job too. And honestly, if there's a point past burnout, I think I was there. It was not pretty, it was not cute. Like I always say to people, the decision to go full time, it wasn't a pretty one. It was from a place of necessity because I was not functioning anymore. So once I graduated, moved back into my mum's house, and then we converted a studio space in the garden. So I had that for a few years. Then eventually had the opportunity to use a salon space. So it was actually my family that owned a building, and part of the building just wasn't being used at all. So it was a lot of money. I won't say the specific sum, but I will say don't be afraid of applying for grants, reaching out to angel investors, and even getting a loan. That's actually the route I went down. So partially self-funded, partially startup business loan. And it was a lot of money, but when you are passionate about something and you have a strong business plan, you will make the money back. The biggest lesson I learned was you need a business plan. It's just, you need one. If you're watching this and you don't have one, please go and write one. There's loads of templates that you can use to have one. And it doesn't have to be a super fancy Dragon's Den business plan, But it's good for you to know how your business should be performing and to have specific targets at different stages. So in 6 months' time, what does your business look like? In a year's time, what does your business look like? In 5 years' time, what does your business look like? And really have solid financial projections that go alongside that. And I'll be honest, that scared me so much. I am not good with money. I'm not good with numbers. It just looks like things moving around on a page for me. So hire an accountant, get someone who is good at money to help you do that. If I didn't have a really strong business plan and strong financial projections, I think the business could have gone in every direction. And that's not to say don't be fluid and don't be flexible with where your business goes, but it's very important that you have a target and that you know how much things are going to cost before you go and launch a space. I would say actually opening my salon is where the business became a really fruitful, successful business, just because I was able to reach so many more clients. Before I had a physical space, I was mostly reliant on like Instagram, social media, word of mouth. And that is still a really big factor in my business. But now that I have a physical space that I can put signs out on a beautiful shop front, I just can reach so many more people. Like people walk by and see, oh, there's a salon here, and come in for a chat and then book an appointment. Or even little things like they can see that I trained there. It's just a new level of visibility. I think coming into it so young, I was very naive. A lot of people that I used to look to for guidance used to tell me this is what being an entrepreneur is about. You have to work hard, you have to work all the time, you're not supposed to sleep, you can sleep when you die. That was someone's favorite line to me. And if I could tell myself at 17 again, and have a conversation with myself, I would say that's not healthy for anybody. You should never be working that much. And that's actually why with my business, I started a whole well-being side of my business. I wanted to bring all of the education and the actual research and the psychology knowledge and the theoretical knowledge into the entrepreneurial side, because I wasn't the only person that experienced this. The more I started to meet other entrepreneurs, I found that burnout is something that is very normal. There's also other things like anxiety, depression, these are things that people are starting to normalize because they think it's part of the entrepreneurial journey, and it's not healthy. And there's really some specific signs that you need to be looking out for that. So that's why I started like workshops, seminars. A lot of my content on my page is educating other people on how to not be. So I guess there's quite a few things we do at the salon to integrate mental health into it. The actual salon experience, we try and keep it as like sensory friendly as possible. We want to create a really relaxing experience from the time you walk in the door. So we have like candles, we have really calming music. I think the whole vibe in there is nice. We have like a really nice lash bed, and we have like special cushions and blankets. We really want people to feel comfortable and that it's a safe space. And also a lot of people open up on the lash bed. You know, a lot of people say it's like lashes and therapy, because it really does become an empowering and a safe space there. Outside of the salon, in terms of social media and stuff, I make a lot of content, actual psychological content with tips and theories and research to help small business owners, but also to help my clients just identify when they're struggling. Recently, we did a neurodiversity workshop. So that was targeted at lash tech specifically, but all beauty business owners, to help them to support their clients with autism and ADHD more. So things like, how can they do a neurodiverse friendly consultation? How can they make appointments less sensory overwhelming for their clients? Introducing fidget toys. We're actually we're a brand partner with Lashbase UK, which is one of the UK's largest suppliers of lash extensions. So we're one of 5 of their official brand partners, and we've just done a collaboration with them to actually launch pink fidget toys for salons, because we really want salons not only to be a comfortable space, but also a safe space where everyone feels like they can be included and they feel that they can be comfortable. And not just for neurodiverse clients, but even neurotypical clients can benefit from fidget toys. And I really liked that we were able to use our platform to actually really make change and make a difference. Like Lashbase is such a huge company and they have so much reach. And the fact that they were able to see what we were doing with neurodiversity and mental health and actually implement an idea where it's gonna literally affect hundreds and thousands of salons across the UK, that's really exciting actually. A year ago, I would have just said I want the salon to expand and have a few more girls lashing. But now in the last year, I feel like my mind has opened so much. I would definitely like to actually have more apprentices in there, and really particularly younger ones, because I think a lot of people feel like you have to be a certain age to start a business. And I started when I was 17. And if I had learned certain lessons quicker, I think I would have had a successful business a lot sooner. So I would love to have some more junior lash techs working under me so that I can lash less and start to focus on growing the business in other ways. We've got our training academy too, so I really enjoy training. It's really nice putting 9 years of lash experience and passing that on to the next generation of lash techs and making sure that they've been taught well as well. With our training courses, we integrate business skills, lash skills, and wellbeing skills. So it's a very comprehensive course. I don't want people to just learn the basics of lashes and that's it. I want them to feel supported throughout their journey. So definitely expanding our training school and being able to do, maybe offer more courses, maybe some wellbeing courses in there too. Personally for me, I would like to be able to do more public speaking, more types of seminars, events, and really share the experience I've had. So merge the psychology side and the business side, because I think there's a lot of lessons that people could really benefit from. Definitely follow our journey on Instagram, on TikTok with the Lash Surgery Salon. Definitely reach out and email us if you ever have ideas or collaborations, because I think loads of people are doing exciting things. It's just that we don't always know about it. So I'm always up for collaborations. That's actually one of our brand pillars. Come and visit the salon, that'd be great. If you wanna come and get your lashes done, or you just wanna come in for a chit chat, please pop by.